Imagine Delhi under British colonial rule during the 1800s, a city of contrast, power, and uncertainty. The British East India Company had gradually expanded its control over India, culminating in direct crown rule after the Indian Rebellion of 1857. Delhi, central to this history, was transforming under Lieutenant Governor William Muir's administration by the 1870s, marked by modernization efforts and strict governance. Amidst these changes, a deadly problem plagued the city: venomous cobras. These snakes thrived in the cramped, labyrinthine alleys and walls, posing a peril to locals and colonial administrators alike. Reports of cobra bites and fatalities rose, threatening the order and daily life in Delhi. In a bid to solve this public safety crisis, authorities introduced a bold incentive. Lieutenant Governor Muir declared a bounty on dead cobras. Anyone who killed a cobra and presented its skin would receive a cash reward. The idea was to motivate people to actively reduce the cobra population and safeguard the city. At first, the program appeared successful. Scores of dead cobras were collected, and the number of snake sightings seemed to drop. The administration considered the policy a model example of effective governance. Yet, beneath the surface, success lurked unintended consequences. Some locals realized that while hunting wild cobras was risky and difficult, breeding these snakes in captivity was far easier and guaranteed consistent income. Soon, cobra farms sprang up, with thousands of snakes bred solely to fulfill the bounty requirements. Entrepreneurs turned what was meant as a deterrent into a profitable business. Breeding cobras became a lucrative trade, with families relying on snake farming as their livelihood. This development created a perverse incentive. The policy encouraged the preservation and multiplication of the very problem it sought to eliminate. Upon discovering these schemes, the colonial government swiftly terminated the bounty program, hoping to end the exploitation and truly reduce cobra numbers. This decision, however, backfired. With no financial benefit from the snakes, breeders released their captive cobras into Delhi's streets and nearby areas. Consequently, the cobra population surged, flooding the city with more venomous snakes than ever before. The initial problem had evolved into a crisis of a far larger scale, demonstrating the devastating power of unintended consequences. This disastrous policy failure came to be known as the Cobra Effect, a term coined over a century later by German economist Horst Siebert. Siebert introduced the term in his 2001 book, using the Delhi anecdote to illustrate how incentives, if poorly designed, can produce outcomes opposite to those intended. The Cobra Effect today serves as a powerful metaphor in economics, psychology, and policy making, warning us that well-meaning solutions can sometimes make problems worse. Historians debate the exact factual accuracy of the cobra breeding tale. While the principle remains valid, some argue the story has been simplified or mythologized over time. Nonetheless, it encapsulates a timeless truth. Human ingenuity can outsmart simple incentive schemes, often in unexpected, adverse ways. Despite the failure of the bounty program, its legacy encourages modern policymakers and city planners to anticipate behavioral responses and design more holistic interventions when addressing complex socio-ecological problems. The Cobra Effect teaches a fundamental lesson. Problems rarely exist in isolation. Incentives shape behaviors, but the outcomes depend on the full complexity of the system and human motivations. This story challenges us to think deeper, plan better, and prepare for the unexpected. If you enjoyed this story, hit subscribe for quicker, curiosity-driven history explained. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your idea could be our next video. Join the summary cave and be part of the discovery.